Today we're reading 1 Samuel chapters 21 through 24. And the theme here is, well, Saul wants to kill David because David has been a problem for Saul, and Saul recognizes that David is to be the new king of Israel. And so David goes in chapter 21 and hides among the Philistines. Now, you recall that as they returned from battle, the women of Israel sang or chanted the song, Saul has slain his thousands, but David has slain his 10,000s. Well, Saul has never had much use for David since that time. And so David's been on the run, and he goes and he hides among the Philistines. He acts like a madman, foaming at the mouth, and so the Philistines kind of feel sorry for him and let him come in. Well, from there, he flees to the Moabites, and he dwells there for a little while, all the time on the run from Saul. And then he goes to the high priest. He goes to the high priest, and he looks for, he needs a weapon, and he needs some food for his men. And there, the high priest, he gives him some of the bread that actually is kept there in the tabernacle. As a result, Saul had a spy there, and this spy reports back to Saul, and Saul then wipes out the priest, and only one priest is left, and his name is Abiathar. David, of course, feels responsible for the death of these men. David had actually told a couple little lies to make the unsuspecting priests trust him, and as a result, they died because Saul just wiped them out. So David, he's still on the run, and he has another brush with the Philistines, and so does Saul. And then an interesting thing happens in chapter 24. Saul's after David. Saul goes into the cave to have a number 2 bathroom break. And while he's there in that dark cave, David crawls up next to him and takes his knife and cuts off a piece of Saul's robe. Well, he could have killed Saul, which is the point that he makes after Saul emerges from the cave. I don't know how that conversation went. Might have been something like, hey, Saul, feel a little drafty back there? Look here, got part of your robe. I don't know if that's the way it went, but anyway, to that Saul says, David, you've been more righteous than myself. And he, at that point, abandons his pursuit to kill David. But not for long. David has a faithful gene. He's faithful to God and faithful to an oath and faithful to God's anointed. And Saul has a very short memory, so he's not finished trying to execute the future king of Israel, David. That's what's in today's reading, and we'll see you tomorrow.